Today we're going to take a look at how you can make some fun and unique shakers in your projects. Now, before we get started, make sure, of course, that you subscribe to our channel, that you like this video, and that you turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any of our fun videos. Let's start by taking a look at some artwork. So whether you have created shakers before or not, I hope that some of the artwork we've shown here today helps to inspire you to try even more things with shakers. Here you can see we've created a full 12 by 12 page, and this entire piece is a shaker element. And what a fun way that is to display the photo in there. And we didn't stop there. We also went one step further and added a little close-up photo down here in the corner that's also a shaker element. So maybe you've done it on cards before, maybe you've done small pieces like this, but have you thought about doing a full page like that? It's really so easy to do, and all of these use the same basic tools. So once you have those tools, you can really create so many different options. Here we have some Christmas cards that feature shakers as well. Again, you still see the gorgeous photos that we have here, but it does add an extra fun little element there. And here we've created another card. This is more just of an all occasion card, birthday card. It could be used for so fun with a photo and a shaker. Now I've seen lots of shaker elements like this, and we do lots of them with stamping behind them and things, but how about incorporating a photo into it? And look at all the different ways you can do that. Now remember I said there's a few basic tools that you need. So acetate sheets is part of it. You always want to have some acetate sheets, and those are nice because you can then cut them down to the size that you need. So whether you want a large one like this that we used on this layout or smaller ones like this, the acetate sheets are where you want to start. You also can have some additional items like this. We have some dies that actually cut this shape. So it's so easy to create these circular ones by just using some dies. The other thing that I really love about these, so in an instance where we're not just using a square or a rectangle, those are easy to cut on the straight cutter. But for these, it makes cutting the circles so fast and easy. And then you can see it has these parts as well that you can cut out of paper. And that's what we've added to this one. You see those little paper shapes in there? How fun is that to have it match your little project perfectly? So something like a die if you want to add that element or do a specific shape. And then we even have, which I love, the acetate and foam already cut into the circles for things like this, because that can be a little bit more difficult to do on your own. The square pieces, those are really easy to do and create on your own, but I love that we've kind of taken it a step further and made it so easy to create these little elements like this. We also have some slimline ones. So like this one is designed for a slimline card, something that we don't have shown here, but that would be so easy to create using this same kind of shaker idea. And same thing, just like with the circles, we have the acetate and the foam already ready to go for you as you create. So just trying to make it as easy as possible. So now that you've seen some of this artwork, I say we go ahead and create a quick card to show you how easy it can be. Now, this makes it so easy to create a shaker because this kit is designed specifically for that. So I've got a stamp set. I'm actually going to, why not finish the card when I'm done and actually stamp inside it. So I'll have that ready. I've got card bases, and then I've got these little pieces that are just die cut. So some of them have different sentiments on it. Some of them have little pieces that you can overlap on the card base to add some dimension. And the thing that I love on here is it's already got this frame piece to help me create my shaker. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. Let's grab a card base and see how easy it is to create a shaker card with a photo on it as my Christmas card. So for my base, this works both horizontal and vertical. I'm going to use it vertical because my photo is vertical. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my picture, which I've got here, and I'm just going to attach my picture with regular adhesive right in the center here. What I love is that this is a standard size photo. So it's so easy for me to create this, whether I print these myself or have them printed somewhere. It's just a nice, easy photo size for me to work with. You could do a collage, you could do whatever works best for you. I love being able to send out photos this time of year, and I love receiving them because I love to see how my friends' families have grown or the fun adventures they have taken and the different things they have done. Now, a couple things I'm just grabbing and pulling in here to work on this next. Remember, this just came with it, so I'm set with that. I have a piece of acetate that I have cut down to the size to fit the front of this, so that 4x6 size. And then I brought in some foam tape as well. So I'll start just by putting some regular adhesive on this little frame to start building my shaker. And this is the same exact process you would use whether you're creating a card with the photo or if you're doing this on a larger piece like that layout that we saw. It's all the same process. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this lined up and attach this to that little frame. Perfect. So now I have this little piece here that will serve as my shaker that will go over this. So to give this some depth, because I want to make this a shaker, I want there to be room for things to shake around in there, I want to go ahead and add foam tape to the back of this as well. So I've attached the adhesive and now I want to put some foam tape on here. And that's because I want to give it that space for those little bits and pieces to shake around inside. Now there are different depths of foam tape that you can get, and you can use whichever you prefer. If you have thin, sometimes if I only have the thin foam tape, I'll double it up. You can stack it one right on top of the other if you need to, or you can use a thick one if you have that on hand. You just want there to be enough room in there for those shaker bits to shake. Now the other thing that I will note as I'm doing this, you will see that I am covering this entire frame. And I want to make sure to do that. Sometimes I will be conservative with my foam tape on different projects. This is not a project you want to be conservative with it on. And that's because you want to make sure that you've created a nice seal for all of those little bits and pieces. Otherwise, whoever gets this will shake it and little bits and pieces will come out. So you don't want that to happen for sure. So now I've got this little kind of window built and I've got my card base all ready to go. So I'm going to just decide which of, I have a few different options for some shaker bits. So I've got some little iridescent flowers. I've got some gold stars and silver, which for this, I think I want to use silver. And maybe I'll mix it up and use some different ones on different cards, which is the beauty of this, right? You can create and do it as you go, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to grab a couple pinches of this. I'm just going to take them. I'm just going to set them right in the center for now. And you can put as much or as little as you want. What I want to do as I pinch these out, so I did like 2 pinches there. I want to make sure that once I put this top piece on, that there's room for these to shake and that when they settle, you can still see my photo. So those are a couple of the things that I'm thinking about as I do it. The next thing I'm going to do is just grab my anti-static pouch quick, and I'm just going to go over the inside of this acetate. And it will just help a little bit. It's an anti-static pouch, so it will help so that your sequins shake and don't just stick to the acetate. So then I will peel off the backing of my foam tape. And then all I'm going to do is go ahead and attach this to my card front. Now you could totally just leave that as a card with just a photo on the front, fast and easy. And then you could pick specific ones that you want to maybe add this frame to make it the shaker. I know that for me, I send out so many cards at the holiday season, and some are, I would call more special than others to maybe special people. So I might take the time to do this for my special ones instead of all 100. It kind of just depends. But it gives you this option to create like that. And look at how fun is this. So you still have that shaking and movement. And then let me show you what I mean. When it's settled, then you still see them down here at the bottom and you can still see my whole photo. Now to just finish this up a little bit, I've punched out some of the pieces that come in this kit just to add a little bit more pop to this. And I think I will just kind of layer these. So I'm just going to use regular adhesive on this. These are already designed and done and come in this kit, so it's really easy for me to just add a little bit of dimension here to this design by simply adding these little pieces. They're so cute, and it really works great, I feel like, for this picture for me too. And then I want to do my title, so I'm just going to kind of play around and see where this works best for my card, and I think think I do like it up at the top. So I'm just going to put some regular adhesive on this. Same thing, I could change this up if I decide I want it somewhere else. That'd be easy enough to do, but I do like it there at the top. And there we have a super quick and easy shaker card. So easy, right? I want to stamp the inside because why not have this card done while I'm doing this? So I'm going to grab a block and let's see if I have some ink. I look for some black ink. I'll grab my stamp. Now, there's a variety of stamps on here that I could choose from. Some go vertical, some go horizontal. So if you're using your card this way, you have one. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to grab my black ink and just give this an ink up and go ahead and stamp this inside sentiment on my card, and then it's done and ready to go. And there you have it. How fun, a quick and easy photo shaker card for the holidays. We hope that this has inspired you to try some different projects using shaker cards, whether it's a layout or a card, a slimline card, a standard size card, and adding photos to them. It's such a fun and unique way to use the shakers. Now, if it has inspired you, make sure that you share your artwork on Facebook and tag us because we would love to see what you create.